Hi, my name is Jonathan Beatty, and welcome to the initial video of On the Water Fly Tying. Today we're going to be tying a Flashback Pheasant Tail nymph in size 14. So take your size 14 nymph hook, go ahead and crush the barb on that, and go ahead and place it in your vise. We're going to be using black thread. Just go ahead and thread that on your hook. Work your way back some and cut your tag end off. And continue working your thread down the body of the hook. So right before it starts to turn. Next, you want to take your pheasant tail and break off about 4 to 5 fibers and lay it out against the length of your hook. You want your tail to the size of the shank of your hook. Once you have that measured out, go ahead and place it and do one loose wrap with your thread so you can get it placed on there. And go ahead and put in a couple more tight wraps. Next, you want to take some fine gold or copper wire. This one's fine gold. Go ahead and tie that in on the side of your nymph or side of your hook, however you want to look at it. And work your thread back up. Work your thread back up the side of up the hook. Having that wire on the side of your hook gives it a little extra wide body to your finished fly. After that, you want to take your pheasant tail, start wrapping it around. Stop just short of thorax here. Go ahead and tie that off. Go ahead and cut off any of the loose ends there. Next, you want to take your fine wire and wrap opposite of the direction that you just wrapped your pheasant tail. This way, protects it a little bit more, prevents it from breaking, and also doesn't let it sink in to the pheasant tail. It makes it stand out on top, giving it a better ribbing, better separation. And then go ahead and tie in your wire at the front. Go ahead and once you got that tied in, apparently I wasn't tied in good enough on that. Once you got that tightly tied in, go ahead and helicopter your wire off. Next thing you want to do is take some flashback material. Go ahead and tie that in onto the top. Seems to always be easiest if you start it on the side and adjust it from there, otherwise it's just going to drop down to your opposite side of where you're tying. Go ahead and build up a little bit of thread base here. Give it a little bigger thorax. Next, I'm going to take some Peacock herl. about 2 strands, same length. Let's go ahead and tie those in. Work your thread all the way up to the front here, right before the eye. Take your peacock herl. That one just broke. Just go ahead and back off our thread here and retie this in. Take your peacock herl. I always like to twist it. Apparently I'm working with some very fragile peacock herl on this one. So it just broke off again. I normally like to twist it so you can get the peacock herl, the 2 strands right next to each other. Let's just go ahead and tie this in again. And this time we're not going to twist it together. Just keep wrapping it up. Build a nice little thorax. Cut off your excess. Take your flashback material, pull it back over, do a couple loose wraps, get it in place. You can do a couple tight wraps, and I like to fold it back over. Do some more wraps, because that stuff does like to pop out. And you go ahead and do a whip finish. Drop the excess there. And this one I kind of crowded the head a little bit. So I have a little burner here. Works great for this stuff. Let's burn off a little excess there, and then if you like, you can take some UV glue. Which I forgot to pull out here. Hold on 1 second. Alright, take some UV glue. Put a couple of drops on the head. Just use the UV light for a few seconds. Should be dry. Let's cut it out a little bit. There you have it. Flashback Pheasant Tail Nymph, size 14. And thank you for joining us.